Are we good?
We are good.
Presto, Q&A, take 103.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey everyone, we are behind the scenes, currently in between shots of Presto Season 2, which we're actually wrapping principal photography on tonight. Taking a little time to answer a couple of fan questions. My name is Will, I am the creator of the series. I have with me Whitney and Leslie, as you know them, the fairy godmother, and Jackie Appleblossom. We got a couple of questions that you, the fans, have asked. The first question is, how do you pick a story for a Presto fairy tale? Well, you pick a story for a Presto fairy tale, first you've got to find something that's really entertaining. Most of our stories are also really strange. It's a big thing, it's important to me to pick one that I have at least never heard of before. If I've heard of it, then we're not going to do it. And then it's a matter of, is there another well-known adaptation of it out there? So there was one that I found that I really like to do, but I found another well-known fairy tale series had already done it, so we're not going to touch it. So one of our goals is to put out there stories that people haven't seen, and stories that have creative challenges, things that I don't know right away how we're going to do them, because that's where we come up with some of our best stuff, I always feel like. I'll toss this one to y'all first. What is your favorite episode? So what's your favorite season 1 episode?
Season finale, Binterdatu.
Yeah, that was what I thought of first too. However, I will say I really enjoy the White Cat because it's weird and minimalistically weird. And I liked that. Binterdatu is crazy weird in a really good way. So it's not up yet, but you will be soon.
White Cat also, by the way, was originally Leslie's suggestion as a Presto fairy tale, back before we had even started writing the web series as Presto Fairy Tales. So
we're apparently allowed to do stories I've heard of before, just not stories Will has heard of before.
This is true. My personal favorite is probably The Bear, because it was kind of the story that inspired this entire concept. I read it one time and I thought, this is insane. It would be so much fun to do as a play, because you could put a princess in a wheelbarrow and wheel her all around the stage, and how many times do you get a chance to do that? And that's kind of where the whole thing started, with that very simple concept. One of our super fans, Aurora, speaking of the White Cat, asks, is the cat okay? Spoilers for those who haven't watched the episode yet, go watch it. But at the end of the episode, she does ask the prince to cut off her head. So is the cat okay?
Yeah, so as you learn if you watch the White Cat, the White Cat is actually a princess under a spell, and the only way the spell can be broken is if a king, I think, cuts off her head, and so this prince sort of, soon to be a king, it works, becomes friends with her, and eventually she asks him to do this, and he does. So the White Cat is more than okay. The spell is broken, and through fairy tale magic, she turns back into her real self, which is a princess. So she's no longer a cat, but she's still her, and she's okay. She's great. And she gets married to the new king.
And along those lines, the next question is, could we get a demonstration of how that puppet worked, how the puppeteer manipulated the cat? Unfortunately, we don't have that cat puppet with us here today.
It's still okay.
It is still okay.
At
We didn't cut off the puppet's head either.
Yeah.
Movie magic. However, what we ended up doing for that was actually the same actress who was providing the voice was behind the chair, the throne that she was sitting on the whole time.
If she's going to let us use her chair. So we had a chair very similar to this with like a hole in the back, and our actress is very cleverly hidden sitting like back here behind the chair, and it has some cool cushions on it and stuff, and she had to have her hand like right through this kind of little hole, and the cat was kind of laying on that little pillow. And let me tell you, those actors had to just sit in a very specific place, and our film folks had to frame it a certain way, and we could only really do it right there. The cat unfortunately couldn't move around a lot, but the actress did a great job sitting in an uncomfortable position sometimes to make our puppetry work really well.
And we just make sure we get every single shot really close and at just the right angle. If we had moved that camera a couple of inches to the side, you would have seen her sitting right behind the chair. So we do a lot of tricks like that to accomplish some of the stranger things that happen in our story. We have a question of who plays the music. We have a band, sort of, that has come together, and we originally start all of the music and all we have is piano music that goes with it. And that is what we give our singers, and that is what they learn, and that's what they rehearse to, and that's actually what they record to. And then we take that to a couple of the musicians, and we say, okay, now turn this piano music into a rock song. And our composer, his name is Pete Purin. He's incredible, does phenomenal work. And he provides chords for the guitar player, and then we basically just sit around in a room and we hash it out until we have what sounds like a rock song, and then we go to the studio and we record it one part at a time. And those guys are all just phenomenal. I enjoy working with them quite a bit.
And I will say too that the singers that you hear are all the actors that you see. So I get the pleasure of working with the singers on the vocal part of it, and they make that part of the music.
Paige would like to know, who is your favorite cast member and why?
Paige.
Yeah, probably Paige.
Yeah, Paige is a cast member who submitted this particular question. And
Also,
Paige,
she's played a lot of things.
Paige is actually wonderful. You're going to see a lot of Paige in season 2, especially doing some really crazy things. But I do want to take that question to highlight the fact that we are really fortunate, I think, to get to work with the people that we've got to work with on this series. It's all phenomenal. It's all local talent. We're based in Houston, Texas. Every single actor that we have used is based here in Houston. We have used, through 2 seasons, 60 different performers, and that's not including our crew. Well, I guess occasionally it is.
Yes.
Um,
You guys.
But our crew is also all locally based. Our technicians, our editors, our team. This is all a very local program, and I think it's amazing to see. I mean, it's just the tip of the iceberg. There's some phenomenal talent right here in this city, some phenomenal arts, and I really love that we get a chance with this show to kind of show that off to the rest of the world. Show that to some of y'all who might never necessarily get a chance to come and visit us. Although we'd love if you came to visit down here in Houston and see a play or a concert or something. But we get to bring some of that magic, some of that spark of what we have to offer to you. So do y'all have any closing comments before we go to our viewing faithful?
We'll see you for season 2.
Yeah. Watch season 2. It's going to be amazing.
And tell everyone, I mean, if you like the show, I'm hoping you do because you're watching this right now. Tell everyone. Tell your friends. Tell your friends with kids, friends without kids. If you are a kid, tell your classmates. Tell your teachers. See if they'll let you watch like when it's raining outside for recess or something. I don't know. But spread the word because you guys are the best publicity we can possibly get. And we really just want to encourage, entertain, and spread positive messages. And you guys can help us do that. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your questions. And yeah, you will see an awful lot more of us in the future. So, bye.
Bye.